March 13th. It's been raining. Tomorrow we're supposed to get a real big rain, a couple of inches. And that lake right there has before gotten all the way up 2.5 feet into our house, in the bottom of our house, in the basement. It's actually a shop down there. Right now the water line's just below, there's a pond right there, and the water line's just below that. Wherever the snow line is, that's about where the water line is. But water is pouring in from everywhere. The amount of water that's just running in. And all this snow that's here is solid, wet, heavy snow. And there's a lot of it. So, I'm not going to find out until tomorrow, but tomorrow morning things are going to look a lot different than this, I would guess. We got a little ditch. I've seen it running faster than this before, but I moved everything to high ground. I got the Jeep sitting out there. Somebody down the street's got an RV sitting up on the high ground. I moved the truck and the boat up there into Joyce's yard. So the water is getting up here. It was higher in January than it is right at this moment. But it's going to continue to come up. It's going to rain all day today. And there's a lot of melt going on, because this is the last day of the rain. Of course, tomorrow is when all this rain is going to work its way downstream. So today, it's not up that high, but that doesn't mean it's going to stay like that, because it'll still continue to rise tomorrow. So back in 2017, we used to take pictures of the table and chairs that are down here. And Karen used to make jokes about the flood as told, the flood story as told by the table and chairs. That table and chairs right there. So we'll see. My hot tub was floating back in 2017. Hopefully that's not going to happen again. So it's March 14th, at 11 o'clock. It's going to be raining all day today. Water is now up to the edge, well, close to the edge of our property. That tree right there, just past it, is that fence line is the edge of our property, and it's kind of right up, getting close to it, but not quite up there. It was up there all the way, up there in January, so. Well, it's 3:30 in the afternoon on the 14th. Came out here to get the mail, and I thought, well, I'll check out the water situation. Looks like the ditch is running about the same as it was. Maybe it might have increased a little bit. Yeah, water level's pretty much the same as it was a little while ago. I mean, it's come up a little bit, but not a great amount. So I'm sure it's going to come up some more. A lot of water going in. March 15, the water has gotten up into this pond. So pretty much filled up the valley. We kind of expected it to get up at least that high. It actually didn't get up as high as I thought it would do. I thought it actually would get up to where the table and chairs are, which is right down in there. It did get up, and this area down here is flooded, but that's pretty common. You kind of see the water down in there backed up. So yeah, the ditch has got a lot less water in it than it did last night. Things slowed down a little bit. venture to say that I think we're kind of out of the woods as far as flooding goes. I think the water has to come up another vertical 4 to 5 feet to actually impact our house. So, and the forecast is for pretty nice weather for the next couple of days and a little bit more rain on Friday, but no real big storms coming, at least in the 5-day forecast. It's actually been a pretty good deal. We haven't had any really major flooding or issues with the water. It's right up to my little bridge. I've got this little bridge down here, and there's an island, which you can't really see right now, but there's an island right here when the water's down where it's supposed to be. And I put some bricks on the bridge to hold it down so it wouldn't float away. And I'm expecting the water's going to come up a little bit more before the day's over. These table and chairs actually used to be what we'd gauge the water level by. We'd have the water would come up to above this table and chairs, and you know, you're talking from where it is right now, it's probably another 4 feet or better till it gets up to where the hot tub is. And then it would have to go another foot or so, maybe beyond that, to get into the basement, which is down there. So that's about kind of where it is. Well, I put the stake in here a few hours ago, and there's the water level is just below where I put the stake in, and now it's above it. So still coming up, which I totally expected. Today it's going to probably rise today, maybe into tonight. And then it should really slow down. See lots of little fish in there. The water's coming in that little pipe there. That's a French drain alongside of our house. It's still dumping in there. We'll see if it comes up over the edge of that. It's on that middle brick. It was in the middle of the third board down about 2 hours ago. So it's come up all the way to that middle brick now. Beautiful Indian Valley Lake. Anyway, I put a stake in the ground yesterday, this one right over here, and then I came and put this one in here that's got some markings on it that somebody had left here when we bought the house. And probably can't see it, but right down there's a line just underneath the water's height. I put it, that was right at the height of the water when I stuck it in yesterday. It's about 1/4 of an inch above the line right now. So it went up a little bit more last night, and then pretty much holding steady. So the temperature last night got down to around freezing, so I'm sure that slowed the runoff in to the lake, into the valley. So I think the water probably should start going down again. Depends on how warm it gets today. If it gets really warm and all this snow that's still left on the ground, and there's quite a bit, starts melting, then it'll be dumping into this valley. Water's almost all the way up to my debris piles. Got a couple piles that I didn't burn because they were pretty green. But you can see where the water's gotten all the way up into there. That's pretty high. There's a little ice on that pond there. A little ice on it. Our pond's back to our pond instead of part of that big lake. It's a pretty nice day out here today. Not particularly warm, but it's sunny. The birds are singing. The water's gone down. Looks like it's gone down about a foot. It was up on the bottom line of that stick the other last time when I put this thing here. The water line was right there. Now it's down probably a good foot from what it was. I'm hoping we're done with the flooding issue. I think we are. So I think it's pretty much a done deal. So just wanted to put a little video out there to document what was going on. We had it worse in 2017. We actually had 2.5 feet in our basement. The hot tub was floating. So with all the snow that we had and all the wet snow that we had on the ground, I'm pretty surprised that it didn't get worse than it did. So, it's all good.